Okay, so this is the second part of the video, and I'm going to go faster since the app only allows storage for 15 minutes. I'm going to go a little faster in this second part. So from the other perspective, in the data collection instruments, we have the peer assessment form. The peer assessment form aims at gathering information from the peers, from the views from the peers regarding the cooperative work and the communicative strategies used and implemented during the interaction oral activity. There is going to be a training for the interaction oral activity, which is going to be quite similar to the final oral interaction that it's going to be recorded. During this training, students need to assess each other regarding the use of the communicative strategies and also regarding the accomplishment of the objective of the activity, regarding the accomplishment of the goal, and also regarding student support to other students. Then, in the other part, we have teacher's journal and audio recordings and rubric, and the rubric for the audio recordings. So in the teacher's journal, the form is divided into sessions, which are the evidence of the students' engagement in the cooperative task, also the accomplishment of the lesson objective, what aspects went well or what aspects went wrong during the lesson, taking into account the teacher, techniques and strategies to train in the communicative strategies, and also how the students respond to this training. Then teachers need to give evidence or to collect evidence, regarding the cooperative work from the students, taking into account these questions and checking if the students comply or don't comply with the criteria announced here, and also regarding the oral interaction, if the students comply or they don't comply, and to report how the criteria is evidence. That will be the teacher's journal. I forgot to mention about the appendix and the students' logs. This is also an observational instrument. And in these students' logs, students are going to describe first their feelings during the oral activity. What I meant here is that I want to know how students, let's say, what were their attitudes and their emotions while performing the activity. For example, if they felt nervous or if they felt frustrated or if they felt anxious, and why they think that happened. Also, I want them to self-reflect about the use of the communicative strategies, how they use English to interact with their friends, and what they think are their weaknesses and strengths during the activity. And finally, I want them to tell me what they think they could do better to promote their interaction between the group for the following activity. And to finish, the final instrument is recordings, which is going to be assessed through an oral interaction task rubric. The recordings are going to be the oral tasks that are going to be recorded in the final task for the lesson, which is an oral task performed through a cooperative learning technique. The cooperative learning technique gives the students let's say the mechanics of the interaction, so they know what procedures to follow in order to perform the activity and in order to accomplish the objective of the activity, And also it's going to, let's say, force the students to interact between each other, because they need to fulfill an objective. The main aspects of the rubric are interaction, communication, vocabulary. I want to include vocabulary here because vocabulary may be a hinder for the flow of conversation, and the flow of interaction. So I want to know if probably the interaction is not very successful. So I want to know if the problem may be the vocabulary and not the use of a communication strategy. Then accuracy is that I want to know if the students are able to structure sentences following the typical structure, grammar structure, which is the use of a noun, verb, component of it, or if they communicate with each other only through expressions, short expressions, or isolated phrases or words. And finally, the fluency, which is how students feel, how comfortable students feel, how easy words come out, the pauses they use, the fillers they use in order to gain time to continue their interaction. I want to set clear, let's say here, that also the recordings, besides assessing the oral interaction of the students, the recordings are going to provide detailed information through transcripts in which they're going to work as proof. The ones are going to work as proof of the interactions of students. Probably some patterns may come out. Some patterns may come out, and we can gain more information that support the results of the rubric, that supports what the communicative strategies students are using, that really promote the flow of those interactions, or the opposite way too. Okay, finally, for the piloting of the instrument, the questionnaires were piloted with younger students from the 8th grade, mainly to check if the questions are understandable for the students, if the terms used are appropriate for their age, and if the information that the information gathering during the piloting, it's going to tell the researcher if the instrument is well designed, or there may be some changes to do, probably in the order of the question, or if she skipped any question that may be important for collecting other kind of other information or additional information. The piloting for the rubric, it's going to be made with another teacher who is going to apply the rubric to the first oral activity, to the first oral group activity recording. Yeah. In order to see if the rubric gets the same assessment that the researcher did. The triangulation or the validation method, it's the methodological triangulation, which consists of gathering information from different perspectives in the research participants, as I already mentioned, which are the learners, self-beliefs, their peers' views, and also the teachers' beliefs. This is everything for chapter 3. I know I still have to work on the piloting of the other instruments, because I'm still considering how will I do the piloting of the students' logs, and also how I will do the piloting for the teacher's journal. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you next session. Thank you.